Silk, contender of the sword, enrobing the body. The magical cloth, having the admiration of humanity for thousands of years, bright, transparent, soft. Quite a while ago, before the birth of Christ, Egyptians were buying silk from China. Pharaohs, queens, wealthy Egyptians, top brasses, aristocrats. Wealthy bodies dressed up with silk, curtains, blankets for crowns. The great Roman Empire had also gone into silk trade with China. Being captivated by the bewildering beauty of silk, men and women had taken the risk to spend a treasure to be wrapped in silk. The tradesmen carrying the silks of China to their own country didn't only establish a trade route between the East and West, where their caravans pass, but also transferred their cultures, religions, beliefs, traditions from the East to the West and from the West to the East. Not only the tradesmen, but also wise scholars, adventurers, explorers, and soldiers had used this road of miracles named as Silk Road. Thus, ideas, ideologies, strategies, inventions, and beliefs traveled in this long way. Silk Road starts from China and reaches Europe through Anatolia and the Mediterranean, and it had ensured the revival of trade in every place from where the caravans passed. These 1,000-kilometer-long caravan roads, ensuring the transportation of silk, porcelain, paper, spice, and precious stones, were starting from Xi'an city of China and reaching Kashgar city of Uzbekistan, and by following the first one of the roads separating here, it was reaching the Caspian Sea through the plains of Afghanistan, and the other one was reaching Anatolia through Iran after climbing over the Karakorum Mountains. A part of many Anatolian settlements from where the Silk Road have passed were the districts and towns found within the borders of Ankara and Bolu or nearby: Ayaş, Güdül, Beypazarı, Nallıhan, Mudurnu, Göynük, Geyve, Sapanca, Taraklı. Silk survives in Nallıhan thanks to this way, which has been a station for the Silk Road for many years. The women of Nallıhan still revive the silk yarns by processing them on their talented hands. Silk point lace can be the voice of silent and the words that cannot be told. When the door chests made of walnut tree are opened with the odor of naphthalene, when the bride's family sends the bundles to groom's family, when the fiancé is sent off to military service, the embroideries begin to talk. A blanket is folded with ivory embroidery with the wish that the mother-in-law enlaces the bride and put in the bottle and then sent to the house of groom. There is no pepper embroidery for wishing that there is no acridity. There is no bone ivy for wishing that the bride doesn't seem like bone. Many secret feelings and the wishes for the fortune that begin to talk and become the prayers and be aligned on laces. Those expert hands processing the embroideries do miracles in kitchen with the stuffed grape leaves, kapama rice, feast bun, and a dessert called as Höşmerim. Nallıhan is not only touching the tooth of people of the region, but also of the ones passing through Nallıhan. The restoration works have been continued with two-storied stone and frame houses with cowing wooden balcony that challenge the time with the aim of ensuring that the history lights today and our values survive for a long time. When you reach Nallıhan, you find yourself in the biggest bird sanctuary of Turkey after Manyas, Davutoğlan Bird Sanctuary, which is on the migratory route coming through the Bosphorus and the Dardanelles, hosts many birds, some of which are about to extinct. Let's leave the birds in their heaven and continue our trip on the Silk Road. Having little information about his life and personality except his poems, it is thought that Yunus Emre was born in the basin of central Anatolia around the middle of the 13th century and lived until the first quarter of the 14th century. His life concurred with the time when the Ottoman dynasty began to be founded. Yunus Emre is a poet and a saint who first had been to the convent of Hacı Bektaşi Veli and then sent to the convent of Tapduk Emre in NALLIHAN. He describes his experience at the convent of Tapduk Emre as, "I'm wrapped in flesh and bone and seen as Yunus," which express his spiritual journey. Bacım Sultan, the daughter of Tapduk Emre, Sultan of Peace and Service, sitting on the shade of a tree while she was traveling to the house of groom after being mounted on the horse on the day when she was married, saying that, "I'm halfway through. Tell the groom to come beside me to complete the other half of the way." Bacım Sultan had told she is equal of the man he married. Then the groom had gone to that tree and they had lived in the dervish lodge which they had built there. The Ottoman period architecture can be seen when you're visiting NALLIHAN, where the mosques and inns had got done by Nasuh Pasha while he was turning back after the Ottoman-Iran agreement in 1599. Stated as being built by Nasuh Pasha in epitaph, Kocahan is a masonry building in the shape of a rectangle. It's been understood by the 46 chimneys that this building has 46 rooms. The water spiraling on the meadow close to the top of Sarıçaşlı Mountain, covered with pine trees, meets with the steam bed after being poured down from 50 meters. Watching this waterfall hitting the rocks with a magnificent image takes the exhaustion of life left on you.